everybody, and welcome to MonkieCast. I am your host, AJ.
I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
I'm Hayley.
And I'm Sokoda.
And today we're going to be talking about, Monkie Kid and its handling of marketing and it now being on Amazon Prime and, all that fun stuff. And, yeah. What a great intro.
That's all right. Got to the
Okay.
point. That's all we need.
Said the words, did the thing. MonkieCast is back after, what, a year and a half?
Yeah, that's generous.
When did you guys...
Well, time to
When
take
you
a
guys-
look.
Let's put our hands together for brand new host AJ, everybody.
Yeah.
Woo!
In the show, it was July 22nd. I almost added a number at the end, so I mean July 22nd, 2020. It has
Okay.
been a year and a few months.
Okay.
Dang.
Alright. Oh,
And here we are.
yeah. A whole 2 seasons later, and
Mm-hmm.
we've got stuff to talk about, but we're not here to talk about the episodes because, well, we're here to talk about other things first. Yeah. I'm so good with words.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know.
How about that weather now?
It's getting chilly now.
It
So I
is,
guess you
so-
could talk about a little bit why. Not gonna get into the episode discussion yet, and why we're kind of just talking about the handling show coming out in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You made the news video. If you
Yeah.
want to go into just a little bit of that.
The
Just
news
why
video.
we're here.
Yeah. So at the start of September, the news came out about Monkie Kid finally being available on Amazon Prime to watch. And
That's more than a jugger, so.
oh, that's a big rip. But basically the idea is I know how people have been struggling to find a place to watch the episodes because it's just been really hard to find it. So now that we have a place to watch it, there's time to catch up. There's time to, at least watch season 1 before we get into it. We probably won't start talking about season 1 until season 2 also ends up dropping on Amazon, which will be mid-October, isn't it? Something like that. So it's, it gives you time to catch up and then you can watch those episodes once or a couple times over. We can all refresh our memory on what's happened and talk about it. And yeah, so I figured today because, it's kind of a topic that needs discussing. We might as well get into the marketing and just kind of how Lego's handled the whole thing. So yeah, that's why we're
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, because it's not been good.
No, it's not. And it's even ever since
terrible.
it first came out.
Yeah,
Even upon its emergence, it's well, guess what? You want to buy Monkie Kid sets? Only available in Lego stores.
so,
Yeah, you have
only
to get it
available.
on Lego.com
Mhm.
or at the Lego.
Yeah,
Been quite the
and,
ride.
Mhm.
yeah, not been good. It's very hard to sell a set when nobody knows what it is.
Yeah. That's the other
Especially-
thing, because it came out without even the show being anywhere in America.
Yeah, and especially when it's based off something that's it's really well known in China, Journey to the West, but over here it's something just not as known. I
Yeah.
didn't know about Journey to the West until Kid. So
Same.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew about Journey to the West specifically because I am a fan of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, the classic anime, and that was also inspired by Journey to the West. So I knew it
Yeah.
existed, but it's not like I knew anything else other than every video game out there these days seems to like importing Sun Wukong and everything. The Monkey King is in so many
he's,
major
blowing
video
up
games
right now.
Yeah.
He's blowing up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lego.
That was all Monkey. You can
Yeah.
credit
all like
Monkey Kid for
Like it
that.
was like, what if we did Journey to the West? And everyone else was like, oh yes, I agree. Let's do Journey to the West. I had no idea that Dragon Ball Z and what you said, Goku?
Yep,
Or-
Yeah.
he is literally like the
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know that either, though, to be honest.
I didn't know that. That was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I only found that out after finding out that they share a voice actor, and then I just ended up finding out more
That's
about
right.
it. Yeah.
That voice actor is like, I kind of enjoy this.
He
From
was
Monkey
like, Sun
Kid to
Wukong,
Monkey
I'll
King.
be there.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
But yeah, I think that was I don't even know if it was a mistake on Lego's part or if it just the stars didn't align to be like to pass out with Monkey Kid sets in Lego stores without
Yeah.
anyone even knowing what it is. Sure, the show existed and it would probably and it did air in China, which is where we got it from. But again, you have the average kid, the average Joe walk into a Lego store and be like, look at that really cool giant mech, like monkey mech. Mom, can I get that? Sweetheart, that's like $140. Do you even know what that's from? No. Then we're not going to buy it. Boom. Case in point. But if that kid was like, whoa, Mom, look, it's Monkey Kid's mech from season 1 of Monkey Kid. I love it so much. The mom's like, $140? Sounds like your birthday present. So, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yep. For me, it seems like they never really planned on making it a big thing in like the West. So that their target was always China, and then they offer them like in Lego stores for Lego collectors. So not really attracting new fans, but people who just like Lego.
I guess they,
And it seems like it's more popular in the West than they expected, in a way. Maybe.
I can hope so.
More people really care about it.
I think that's a good thing to come back to later, as there's like the news announcement that Europe out in a bit. But yeah, I mean, from the start, it feels like they never really intended to sell it that much here in the West, because I always like talking about the Monkey Kid documentary on like a Chinese website. Basically, it's in English except for when with subtitles Chinese, except for when the Chinese staff at Lego speak, because then it just gets rid of the subtitles. But most of it's in English, and it seems like right from the get-go, Monkey Kid was meant to be that competitor to Ninjago, basically. China is like, we want this to be the number one selling Lego theme in China. It's a Chinese theme based off Chinese legend. We want kids to be able to do that. Like,
well, like they're not huge fans of Ninjago over there, aren't they? Like Ninjago doesn't sell crazily over there as it does here.
Yeah.
Probably.
So it was I guess it was a smart move to take on the Chinese market by introducing a theme that is catered to them.
And it seems like it's through the Chinese audience that we're even watch the show to begin with, because I'm trying to think what came first. Was it the show or the sets? Like,
I think the first thing how it all started is they did like the presentation event in China, where they had like a trailer and showed the sets and all that.
Well, the sets in the first like special probably were bundled with their quote unquote in China. I mean, we never got the pilot here in the United States, obviously.
But that's kind of what's been so confusing about it, and I guess more evidence about promotion of it. So, I mean, Lego's already had its ongoing struggles with getting it aired in America, it seems, last in general. But the fact is, we watched Monkey Kid in English well before it's ever made it over to us, or well before it was supposed to make it to us. Through
a year and a half.
Someone recording it on Malaysian, like on Malaysian Cartoon Channel. And, Malaysia has a heavy Chinese population. or at least Chinese speaking population, sorry. And so, he ended up managing to watch it in English, but it was because they're marketing the show still to people who speak both English and Chinese. So, kind of, I guess, more evidence of who they're trying to cater to more than us. But
Yeah.
so it goes.
It's weird because they when you watch it, it's like all of the animation syncs up with the English audio. It's not like they dubbed over it or anything. Like, so they've
I
they've
never
had the
thought
English
about
dub and
that.
then they've done like a Chinese dub, and then it's just kind of confusing. Like, you have the English dub just kind of sat around. It's the thing that the animators went off on, and it's just kind of been, you know.
Yeah, it was animated to
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was animated to English because like the studio Flying Bug, isn't it
Yeah.
Australian based? So
Woot woot.
yeah.
I guess
No.
that makes sense that it's English. Because
Yeah.
usually
I
it's
mean,
the other
like,
way around for anime.
It's
But
definitely
it's
been
just
like English oriented, I guess, because of the animation staff.
mhm.
The fact that like the script writer is American guy.
yeah.
Mhm. It's just
Yeah.
weird.
It's very weird. I mean, I guess like I g- if they're because they were obviously trying to market this to China more than anywhere else. So like I guess what they wanted to do is they figured that by the time they'd have like a little while to see how it does in China, and then you know then they try bring it over here, but I guess maybe it took longer than they expected it to, because maybe that could have been they were just struggling to find a place, like they didn't expect it to take as long, and that's why it
Yeah.
would.
You
Yeah.
can thank Ninjago for that.
Because they'd probably because it's not going to be just about like Monkey Kid, is it? They're probably going to be trying to look for places for their other shows as well.
Yeah.
All their other sets and things, and like of course they'd go with Amazon. It's like a big store, and they have just a bunch of you can just
Mm.
words English. Blah. Um, I mean, like it. I get why they'd pick Amazon, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it just makes
Yeah.
sense why they decide to do that. But maybe it just took longer to get it sorted than they figured, and then so everything's been delayed, or it really did just like they just kind of left it for a really long time. But we'll never really know, will we? Like, it's the
Mm.
issue with it. It's
Fortunately.
yeah,
Probably not.
just a guessing game,
Well,
really.
the watching shows these days are moving to streaming, which is a completely different than when it was like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah,
Um, so Lego has to adapt, and it's not working for Ninjago because Ninjago uh, no longer has
It's aired.
really a home. It's an aired show, but no shows are really being aired right now. Like,
yeah,
I can't even think of a show right now that's like, make sure you watch weekly on like NBC for what's coming up next. Like, no, it's like either being released weekly on a streaming site like Netflix or Disney Plus. And Monkey Kid, I think, is the first show to become fully streamed, but that's like its first release in the United States is via
yeah.
streaming, which I
Yeah.
think
Rather than
is
it like
yeah.
airing on TV and then moving to stream.
Mhm. I mean that's smart. I'm glad we're finally getting it. I noticed that
Yeah,
on when I was buying stuff on Amazon, and I would see in the upper corner like Monkey Kid is like an Amazon Prime's like exclusive or whatever it's called. And I'm like, that's funny. But I
yeah,
guess it's true.
I kind of wanted to touch on that though, because it's not just on Amazon Prime. Like every time I go
Yeah.
on there, I've seen like, oh, this is not exclusively available in your region. They're advertising it as like, I guess, the flagship product of their Amazon Kids service, which is another $4 or something on
Right.
top of
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. So
Blech.
I'm wondering how you guys feel about that. Like, to
that's
me, it seems like it's a good in theory, it could be a good marketing tool to get people like, oh yeah, I want to subscribe for this show, like animated show. But at the same time, like Monkey Kid to me feels like a weird how bad the marketing
Yeah.
start an Amazon Kids subscription just
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very odd. It kind of baffles me anyway that just to have like, oh, you have Amazon Prime and then you've got to pay extra for Amazon Kids, like,
Mhm.
but like it's just kind of odd in general because they've gone, yeah, we're gonna put on Amazon Kids and then over time it's just gonna be available on Prime. So why not just have it on Prime from the get-go? Like you can have it on Prime and then also have it in the like
Um,
kids bit as well, you know?
Yeah.
You know what
True.
I mean? It's
I guess
just
because
why bother?
Monkey Kid is not anywhere else, that they probably want to have that be like the sole area they have to pay the extra $4 to
Yeah.
get to like what is not anywhere else in the United States, except for of course if you pirate it.
Yeah.
Is
Get
it
the
ever
Blu-ray now.
moving to regular Prime like after time, or is it just gonna stay in kids?
No, it's like from what I've read, it's like moving to Prime
Yeah, I
after
think it's
like
on
a certain amount
October
of time.
7th, right?
Something like that,
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. It's like
Mm,
different depending on where you are, but yeah.
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 fair enough. That's not
Yeah,
terrible then, but
the fun thing for me is in Germany it's not on Amazon Kids yet. We
Oh,
have Amazon Kids Plus, but I think once it comes out in Germany it will go directly to Amazon Prime as far as I know.
is there actually a
So if
difference between the Kids and Kids Plus? Maybe have I been mistaken? I missed a plus sign in there.
I don't know. I think it's called Amazon Kids Plus, but
I have no
um
idea. I didn't even realize
I
this was even like a thing until
yeah.
yeah,
reading the
same.
article. I was like, Amazon Plus Kids? What? What is that?
Yeah, it's a bit of a confusing situation. I think it's probably later in Germany because they want to do a terrible German dub. Um, but
This is where the German dub becomes like the best dub. Uh, yeah.
Yep.
Um, so, Deadweight Esther in the chat said, I'm just surprised that Lego didn't put it on Netflix. I feel as though more people use Netflix as their go-to streaming platform instead, but I could be wrong, honestly. And I mean, yeah, they could, but like we were saying before about, you know, Amazon and like because Lego at the end of the day they want to sell toys. You can see where like they're coming from in with the sense of you know,
Mhm.
if they have the show on Amazon, then they can promote it on Amazon, you know, like the sets and be like, "Oh, your kid's been watching the show. Here's a cool, real expensive set. You can buy it." You know, but on Netflix, it's just, "Here's the show. Enjoy." You know?
I mean, yeah, I completely agree. I think it's a smart move to put it on Amazon for that
yeah.
exact reason. You can
Yeah,
watch it.
business perspective, yeah.
The biggest issue right now, though, is you're promoting season 1, and the
Yeah.
season 1 sets are gone.
Yeah, that's the
No,
weirdest part of it, like,
I mean,
the
that's just because it's taken so long.
yeah,
Are the
like
se- are the season one sets really gone?
yeah,
Um,
they've started discontinuing them, or they've, like,
okay.
announced that they're gonna be discontinued
Yep.
soon at least.
Because I was at Lego shop at home yesterday, and at least some of them they definitely had.
I I've been in a LEGO store. I can honestly say I have not seen any season 1 sets,
Oh, okay.
like, at all.
I don't know if they're
I
discontinued it or if they're just
I
kind of
don't
hard to come
know.
by now.
Maybe
They
they
might
don't
be
have them like in the physical shops anymore, but they still have
I
them online.
I swear I saw that they were, like, taking them from, like, physical stores, though, at some
Hmm.
point, like
I
I might
believe
be,
it.
like, imagining that article, but I swear there was something about how Monkey Kid they were stopping it from being, like, available in European, like, stores, and they were just gonna
No.
stick to online or something, but
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
could see that.
it's like a dumb
Mhm.
decision. If you're, like, finally marketing the show, then wouldn't you
Mhm.
also wanna be having them in the stores? Like, what are you doing?
Can't make up their minds.
Uh, it's it's just so bizarre. That's why I'm like, it can't. In my head, I just can't believe that they deliberately just do this in such a way. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so. It's
Mhm.
such a bad move. Like, surely it has to be some like issues they were having with contracts and stuff. It can't be like uh just entirely their decision. They didn't just like sit at a desk and go like, "You know what? How about we take these sets, right? And we put them in the stores for like a year. And then, when when we finally put the show out there in the West, we're going to take them out the stores." And then just, you know,
Mhm.
it's just it's
Yeah,
just so weird.
what I'm imagining like might have happened is that they distributed the show in China, and then
Yeah.
they tried to sell it to like anyone in the West, but either they didn't like find anyone interested, or
Yeah.
Amazon bid them a lot to have it like exclusive to the kids service, and then maybe that got delayed, or it just took
Yeah.
so long till the kids service was done. And that's why it's kind of out of sync with the sets.
It's
That's
fair.
like something I could see why why it happened like that.
I think Lego really banked on the show being its like sole source of marketing.
Yeah.
I know there were like set commercials that came out, which of course is standard for Lego,
Yeah.
but other than that, it was like a radio silent for Monkey Kid. It was like
Yeah.
a silent thing that just kind of crept in. They didn't have the shorts on YouTube like Hidden Side, of course, didn't have the Netflix slash Cartoon Network show like Ninjago did,
Yeah.
but because the show never aired,
I think that's
their
what's
marketing just was non-existent.
I think that's what I find kind of like really funny about it, because like I'm like a really big Hidden Side fan, and like I was always mad that like the show only ever got these like YouTube shorts, and then the marketing was like, we'll kind of advertise it but not really. And then with Monkey Kid, it's just kind of been, the show is somewhere if you can find it, and like,
Mhm.
it's so weird because at least with like Hidden Side, even though it did poorly and it's like, it didn't last very long, at least I can say I did get some ads for it, you know? Like, it got
Mhm.
marketed to me sometimes.
Yeah.
But Monkey Kid, it's like, it's nothing. I never saw it anywhere. The only time it would ever come up would be like, if I was actually on the store and I was looking for it. It's because, you know, it's
Yeah, and with
yeah.
Hidden Side, it also was like in normal stores. Like Monkey Kid, you only see in real like Lego stores.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
That's kind of the funny thing for me, that the only Monkey Kid advertisement I've seen, the one attached to the Malaysian cartoon airing
yeah.
of it, with like the sets running around like Monkey Kid or Monkey King, like saying, "Oh, search for my successor," like that.
I think that might be the one that I'm
It's
thinking
a
of.
very very localized,
It's the 3D one, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
a very localized Monkey Kid advertisement
Mhm.
is the only thing I've
Yeah.
seen for promotion for it, aside from Amazon Kids
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
It's really
It's
sad.
it is really sad, especially like because the show, I've seen like a community grow from it, like so many people love this show to the point where they've become so invested they've gone and like read Journey to the West. I'll like go in the Monkey Kid server every now and then, like the Discord server, and I'll just see like paragraphs upon paragraphs of people talking about the actual like stories, and I'm just there like, okay, um cool. I can't contribute to this, but nice.
I mean,
um
Joshua Deck is one of them. He's really gotten into Journey of the West because of Monkey Kid.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I get it because, like, I've not read all the stories, but I definitely started reading it when I first got into Monkey Kid. Like, I found an abridged version of the stories online, and I read through the first couple, like, chapters of it, and it's, like, they're really fun stories. It's nice to read, it's just really interesting, so I get why it's like, you know, why it's so beloved in China, and I get why so many people love it. It's just kind of a shame that, like, this show is like a way of showing people this, like, really wonderful kind of story, and, like, it's just kind of not been treated so well in terms of, just showing people over here just, like, a different side of the world and, like, different stories and things that can be really interesting and just, it's kind of upsetting. Uh,
I
yeah.
mean, that's just the case with America. We're just not good at that period. But I mean, I'm very curious to see what sort of marketing, if they do anything different in like China,
Yeah.
in the East, like what they do differently in there. Because I know it's a big deal, but like, what do they do?
I've seen a lot of cool like store displays and
I was gonna say, like, I'm sure there's
Monkey Kid interpretive dances.
Really?
Yeah, closer to the start of the show airing, they did like like the extended version of the theme song with like all the kids dancing and stuff like that.
That's another thing we need, the extended theme song. But I remember that dance coming out. I kid you not, I looked at that for one of my uni projects. We had to do like a segment on like dance, and I was like, I'm gonna look at this like dance. This is a Monkey Kid theme song. Why not? But yeah.
Whatever they're doing over there must be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm really wondering. Like, how much of this is like going as planned for Lego, and how much isn't? Because from like what we hear, it's super successful in the East, and like I don't know if they just don't care about the West with Monkey Kid, and if that was always like the plan, or if they now realize, hey, this has potential in the West too. Let's put it on Amazon, or if it was like, oh, maybe not doing anything in the West was a bad idea, and we had hoped it would work better.
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely trying to prop it up, or like even if it wasn't doing as successful as they hoped, they're like still pushing for it. Like that sales report just came out, like yesterday or whatever. Sokoda, I remember you posted it earlier.
Yeah, it was today.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like last night for me, time zones. But
happy sales.
Anyways, Monkey Kid wasn't on there, but they did mention how like almost half, like 291 out of their 700 something Lego stores are now in China. Like they opened up another 40 something or something like that. So they're definitely pushing to like, keep growing in there. And why wouldn't they like just use their flagship China theme to continue selling that? Like it wasn't in like the top 5 or 6 themes that were selling, but I'm sure like it must be doing well enough if Matthew Ashton said that like they're still planning on this for like another couple years.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it.
No, go ahead.
I'd imagine it would be really hard for Monkey Kid to get in the top 5 themes because it's like not sold at normal stores. It's all super big and expensive sets, and it's not really advertised. So I don't think it really had any chance to get into those top themes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree.
How it's handled right now.
It doesn't even have a lot of sets. Like there's like what so far like 2 waves. Maybe 3.
There's 2 big waves and there's 2 smaller waves.
Yeah. Okay. But together it's still not a lot of sets.
Yeah, it's not a lot of sets, but it's like all of them are pretty big.
But the thing is they're all expensive.
Yeah.
So. It's
I'm gonna quote a comment from Doodlebricks in the chat. I would love to like corroborate this and find images of stuff. They said they do a whole ton more marketing in China. They have giant blow-up balloons, big events, giant ads on buildings, a ton. Like I feel like I've probably seen something in passing of this, but not like.
Yeah.
I know a while ago, I remember seeing a video on Twitter that was like talking about Monkey Kid. It was basically just saying how well it was doing in China and showing all of these different things that like I can't remember when I saw it. It was definitely recently, but from what I could tell they were definitely pushing it. And I mean I get why if it's based off journey to the West, and that's like a really big deal in China. Why wouldn't they be pushing it? You know,
Yeah.
it's really important. So, um, yeah, it makes me like curious what they're gonna do, like because they're bringing it, you know, over here now. So how are they gonna market stuff here? Like I doubt it would be as big scale, but they've got to. You hope they do something, right?
Oh my
Like,
gosh, Monkie Kid at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in America. This is insane. No.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, kind of a shame. Because when the show aired, I'm an animation student, 2D animation. I I came into my class last year. Nobody had heard of this show, and I mean I wasn't surprised because nobody else in my class really likes Lego. But I live with my housemates, and I was telling them about Monkey Kid, and I was like, "No, you guys, like, we've got to watch this. You'll really like it." And I showed them the special, and they were like, "Why isn't this over here? This is some of the most amazing animation I've ever like seen. This show is incredible. What are they doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And they were asking me like, when's the next season coming out? When are there more episodes? You gotta tell us immediately, like as soon as you hear." And I was like, okay. So there's clearly like interest in it, especially for like um animation fans. And I feel like this generation especially is like really like gripping onto animation. We're getting a lot more like really good cartoons right now. And it's just I'd love it if this show just got like more of a push because I think it could like really appeal to a lot of people. Um, if they are like willing to give it a shot. Because I know a lot of people were drawn in by the look of the show just because it looked so incredible. Even if we didn't really know what was going on, we were just like, this just looks too amazing to like miss out on, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And on top of that, it has a stellar cast.
Oh yeah.
Like they got all these
Amazing.
big, huge names that people like, the voice actor for Sokka
Yeah,
is the main dude.
yeah,
And
that's
it's
the
like,
thing.
excuse me. Do people not realize this? Like this is like a huge deal.
I would definitely say he's the most recognizable, I guess, aside from Sean Schemmel being the Monkey King, but like the entire cast is like actually stacked.
Yeah.
If you're like an anime fan, then you'll recognize a lot of the
Mhm.
cast. Like, wasn't that Frankie from One Piece? He's like Sandy.
Oh yeah, that's funny. And
Yeah.
May is voiced by the person who did Mitsuha in Your Name.
Oh.
Holy cow.
She's in a lot of like anime stuff, but like she is definitely like one of the top names in like English voice acting.
Like, I mean, just as like a comparison to Ninjago, like Ninjago's got amazing voice actors, but like Monkey Kid has like celebrities,
Got really big names attached to it.
really, really big names.
It just makes it even more baffling, like,
it
because
does,
that must
like,
have
it's like
cost a lot of money. All of this must have cost so much money. Why wouldn't they be pushing it like as hard as they could?
And now
Because they
since
want to
the
make
studio
all
that
that money.
animates it is the same one that has done stuff for What If. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
guys, you have like gold on your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this for like Ninjago and whatnot. Like, you want like a good series that's like week by week, whatever, which is popular right now. You've got that. But I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys have literally gold in your hands and you're like
Yeah.
throwing it away for platinum. Like, you're just
Oh,
tossing it away like it's nothing. It's like, guys, come on. You just gotta look at what you have, market it a little bit, let it like catch on, and then you'll see
yeah.
how what big of a deal you have. Just it's infuriating.
It's very, very infuriating. Ugh.
I guess we can now talk about the fact that they're also pulling sets off of shelves.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Which is, like, now since they're
I
starting to
wonder what
market
have caused that. No.
translations. I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned that they're opening more Lego stores in China, and when I heard that, I was like, maybe they're pulling sets and then pushing them to China in bulk.
Maybe I'm gonna cast some
Maybe.
skepticism on that because of like packaging reasons and that kind of thing.
Fair.
I think they're trying to find who their target audience is with Monkie Kid. So like the news came out, I don't know, like last month or two. Maybe I'm bad at remembering like news article dates, but Monkie Kid is being pulled from shelves in Europe, like just Europe apparently, except for certain cities with like high Asian demographics, basically. Like there was one city in Germany I can't remember, but apparently there's enough of like a Asian population that they're like keeping it on shelves there. Like the news article, I don't know if it's like confirmed that they're doing like a full withdrawal of Monkie Kid sets, but apparently they like called around and asked like representatives and that kind of thing, like, oh, do you have this? Like, oh no, like take them off the shelves kind of thing. So I think it's just kind of a rumored like takedown of stuff. I don't know if it's like confirmed they're gonna pull everything out, but to me that definitely seems like they're trying to like hone in on people who are most likely to buy Monkie Kid sets, and it doesn't sound like it's working entirely for them in Europe.
It's definitely not a good look.
It's not.
Like also with the news announcement of it coming to Amazon Kids Plus, we also got the news that the sets will be sold on Amazon. So maybe they're trying to make that the new home for the Monkie Kids sets, which I guess could work.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying before, it makes sense from a like business perspective why they did this, you know? Like sorry, my totally lost train of thought there. Sorry.
You're good. It's a smart move because you can pair them together and hopefully it'll cause more money because you see and then you watch and then you see the connection of buying a toy. Once again, I guess we're gonna have to wait for season 2 to see how they're gonna really up the ante with that, since I don't know if they're selling season 1 sets on Amazon.
I guess
I
right
mean,
now
I
what they're
feel
doing
like the times that I've gone to a Lego store though in like the last year, they still had wave 1 Monkie Kid sets and even that like half wave after that. Like I've definitely seen they're still selling like the older stuff. I mean, it's the Lego store. Why would they bother to take down their own stuff like time?
Well, here's the weird thing, right? So over the summer I've been to 2 different like Lego stores in different areas. So the first one I went to is like one in a big like shopping center called the Trafford Center, right? And it's like it's basically attached to like a discovery center, so the store is a lot smaller. And there was like a little section that was just for Monkie Kid, right? And I was like, "Oh, cool, Monkie Kid sets." I wasn't expecting that. I went down to London at the start of September. You're okay. At the start of September, went in the store, no Monkie Kid anywhere to be found. Like not even like the little brick head of Monkey King that I usually always see.
Oh yeah, I forgot that
It's
was
not there. Yeah.
dang.
And I'm just like because I'm shocked by that because that's the one set that I've always seen with Monkey Kid. Like I've seen the boxes literally just crammed next to like the Ninjago section and been like, okay, fine. But then I go to like a really big Lego store in literal like London and it's nowhere, not like a single piece of Monkey Kid anywhere, and I'm just kind of I don't understand how that's happened, you know? I'm kind of like shocked by that. They had 2 whole sections for Harry Potter, but nothing for Monkey Kid. I'm salty.
I mean, we saw today with the report that the top selling themes, 2 of them are licensed themes. Harry Potter snuck in probably because of the absolute attention it's been getting recently. And it's, once again, you see that Lego, of course, is going to care more for licensed themes because it's what gets them more money. Shame. But yeah, so it makes complete sense that they would, push off a theme that they don't think is making money in order to fit more Star Wars sets or more Harry Potter sets.
Yeah, it's
Um,
just, it's a shame though because then it's just kind of not giving a chance to the other sets that, they could,
other stories
like,
and stuff.
yeah, like, they can make money off Monkey Kid. I feel like this is the same issue I have with, like, Inside, where I feel like they could have honestly made more from it, and, like, it could have lasted a lot longer if things were just handled differently in the marketing and also just in general how the entire theme was handled. Like, if you change some things around, then it might have lasted a lot longer than it, did, you know?
Mhm.
And it's just kind of upsetting that they keep putting these story themes aside in favor of license themes. Like, I get it, but also, what's the point in, like, doing story themes if you're not going to push them? Um,
Yeah,
it's just kind of
that's a
odd.
good point. What's even the point if they're
Yeah.
doing that?
Like, because for the longest time, they've focused a lot on Ninjago, you know? It's been going for a very long time, but even now, it's starting to get to, like, a point where, the show isn't it's having problems with, like, airing more so than it used to, at least when
Oh,
I first,
100%.
like, joined the
Yeah.
community, like, back a few years ago,
Happy
and
10th
this
anniversary.
yeah, and, like, even with, like, I remember first getting into Lego, and Ninjago would have, like, a huge section, and now, like, I see, like, bigger Ninjago sections in, like, independent toy stores than I do in the actual Lego
Yeah.
stores. Um, it's just kind of upsetting, really. Uh, and it's not even, like, recent sets. I've seen, like, sets from Prime Empire from, like,
Yeah.
ages
Yeah.
since it's aired, like, it's just, a little disheartening, I guess.
Mhm. It definitely is. Happy 10th anniversary to Ninjago, and
Yeah.
they dropped the big set, and then they were like, "All right, what's next? Star Wars? All right. Harry Potter, let's go."
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a shame.
I kind of
But
wish though that we could see their bigger financial visuals, like how everything's doing, other than like top 5 or 6. Like Ninjago
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
lucky that it made it into an image to show that it was
Yeah.
like 6th place. But I
Yeah.
mean, I
Mhm.
think the thing is, it could still be in the top 10 or whatever, or just like high enough on the chart, but we'll never know. And then not knowing kind of like creates this sense of fear for it, even
Yeah.
if it's in a place where it's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
It's
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
would be better if they had, like, all of the available themes and just kind of had them in,
Yeah.
like, a ranking.
Monkey
I
Kid could be
wanna
doing good, and I mean, it sounds like it is,
Yeah.
but, we don't have any visual to look at that shows that, like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, it's doing just fine.
I wanna know where Video's at. How's that doing?
I
Well,
hope
I mean,
it's
it's
at
we
the
know
not
bottom, to
video
be
is not
honest.
it's
doing
not
good because
yeah.
Sure,
they're
it's doing
pulling it
X.
and reworking it.
I'm
But
surprised that like my local Walmart is stubborn enough to not slash the prices on that. And like, I walk in there, it's like we know videos on like its deathbed, and it's like, oh look, it's still $20.
I remember, like, the first week it came out and walking into, like, a store and they'd already cut, like, the price of it
Yeah,
yeah,
after
same
1 week,
same
and I'm
here.
like, "Wow." Um,
Ouchie.
yeah, and then, like, you go into Lego stores and I've seen, like, whole sections dedicated to it, like, really big sections, and there's not been a single box taken off, like, the
Mhm.
shelf, and I'm just like, ooh, that ain't good. That's
Yeah.
not good.
Not good.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Video.
yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like with Monkey Kid in the West, it might be just like an opportunity cost thing for them. So
yeah,
like they would make money if they advertised it more, but they know they'll make more money if they advertise something else more. Like I don't know,
yeah,
Star Wars, Harry Potter, maybe
Mhm.
yeah.
Ninjago. And that's why they don't really do it. But that's
It'd
of
be
course like kind of
Yeah,
hindering Monkey Kid from reaching its full
Yeah.
potential.
true
yeah,
potential.
Like I said, they've got gold in their hands. They just don't even let
yeah.
people a chance to see what it is.
Yeah, that's it though, isn't it? Um, like, because the perspective of it is just, of course it's gonna do, or like the idea is that it was gonna do really well in China because that's the market they're aiming for. And as we were saying before, Journey to the West isn't really as known over here, so they figured it probably wouldn't like do as well. But then, you know, like what would they do in the instance of if it's still doing like really well in China and then they try it over here and it doesn't sell as well, are they gonna just like keep trying to sell the sets here? Are they gonna like make it exclusive to China? But then what's gonna happen to the show? Are they gonna still have the English dub? Are they gonna have to change it? What are they gonna like do? You know?
I mean,
That's a great
we
question.
got the English dub from Malaysia, right? So
Yeah.
we'd probably
Yeah.
still do the English dub for like English
Mhm.
speaking parts in Asia, but they
Mm,
might just like not air it here.
yeah. But
Mhm.
that would suck though, you know?
Yeah.
It really
Mhm.
would.
Yeah.
Especially with like all the hard work that's like clearly gone into it. Like if you have a look for the artists on Twitter and stuff and you see some of the stuff that they've done for the show, it's just kind of
Yeah, it's amazing.
mind
Oh
boggling.
yeah.
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 Oh,
Truly talented.
yeah. I think I've shared a couple in like group chats and stuff.
Mhm.
It's mental.
Oh, yeah, it's the same studio that is now being heavily noticed for What If,
Yeah. It
but
was it was known before as the studio that made Rise of
teenage
the Teenage Mutant
Yeah,
Ninja
right.
Turtles.
yeah.
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 So
Which yeah, I hear a
maybe
lot of people love that show and they're mad about the way that was treated because apparently the ending kind of it
I
got
think it
screwed
was
over in
kind
the
of
end.
canceled, right? Or a rushed
Yeah,
ending,
they
from what I've heard.
they yeah, I think they rushed the ending of it and people were hoping that if they like if they I don't know what the word is. I guess campaigned enough on Twitter, then someone else would pick it up because that's happened before with other shows where like people have complained enough and then another uh, company will like pick it up and keep it
Mhm.
going.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great studio and they do a lot of fantastic work, a lot of very talented animators, and
Oh,
it's a shame if this show gets like swept under the rug, especially uh, it's just like I I love it so much just for the visuals. Like I love everything about it, but the visuals was definitely like the main draw of it for a lot of people over here.
Mhm.
You know.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Um.
it's a bit of a spazzy show. I feel like sometimes the pacing is not the best,
Oh
but like the
yeah.
animation just sells it. Plus the like we've talked about before, like the voice
Yeah.
actor cast is just so good that like
Yeah.
it makes up for the fact that it's obviously a kids show. Like there's so many things that offset
Yeah.
it to make it a just a good show in general.
Mm,
It's definitely more lighthearted than
yeah.
Yeah, it's also very like fast
yes.
paced
Yeah.
and a
It's
lot going on.
This is the type of show
I
that Cartoon Network would like chew on. They would
yeah.
love a
Yeah.
show like this back in the day.
I
But
I know when like because obviously we all know when it first came out it was being compared a lot to Ninjago, but the fact of the matter is that like these two shows really don't have anything in common. Like because
mm-mm.
Ninjago is like a show that has like every season has like a story and that's the entire focus. But Monkey Kid is definitely a lot more like episode to episode. Or if it
Mhm.
does have like a story, it's over the like entire season and it's more like subtle hints that build up to it,
Yeah.
rather than it being the sole focus.
It's more a
And
background thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Ninjago is more
and
of like a mature show in that it has
yeah,
qualities that mimic like an adult show, while
yeah,
Monkey Kid is traditional, but it's also very carefully tailored.
yeah,
And there's a lot of love. I mean, there's a lot of love in both, but you can definitely tell that Monkey Kid may it not be as mature as Ninjago, it definitely still has the same level of
yeah.
care,
I mean,
and
like
we can
just
see it.
just because it's not as mature doesn't mean it's any less
Oh,
of a show.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like it's still a fantastic show, and like
Mhm.
it can be enjoyed by all different kinds of people. I don't think that people should immediately kind of cross out a show because it's not as it doesn't deal with as serious of issues or anything like that. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
good to just have a show you can sit and like enjoy and have a laugh at. And I think that Monkey Kid is like something that it's just nice to kind of have on and like,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a fun
watch and
show.
yeah, it's nice to sit and watch something that's fun
Mhm.
and doesn't like I don't you don't have to keep as much track on like lore and stuff like that because I don't Monkey Kid obviously because it's like based off uh Journey to the West they kind of have to be careful about what they do, there's certain
Yeah.
things
Mhm.
that they can't really address, so it's more of a focus on like just crazy antics than like how does the world actually work because I don't uh at least what I've read of like Journey to the West, some things just aren't really kind of explained, like they're just kind of are because
Mhm.
just simply for the sake of it. I could be wrong on that because, like I've said, I've not read all of it, and I've read an abridged version, so I could be totally wrong. But I mean, I don't ever. It's not as if I read the stories and I go like, "But why? That doesn't make any sense." I just kind of accept it and enjoy it because the character's so likable and it's just fun to read about it. Not everything has to have like an explanation. Some things you should just be allowed to sit and like enjoy the silliness and the goofiness and just have like a good time that you don't have to force yourself to really think about. If you want to, you can, but I feel like with Monkey Kid, it's more of just like watch it, laugh, have a good time, look out for all the like Easter eggs, whether it's to do with Journey to the West or it's just animation stuff in general, because animators just love to do Easter eggs in cartoons. Like the amount of like uh anime references I've seen not only in
Mm-hmm.
like Monkey Kid
Yeah.
but in like other modern cartoons. Like I think I saw like a Ouran High School Host Club reference in Amphibia. I'm just like, that's so out of left field, but okay. Um, it's nice, and I think I know that that was kind of people's complaint with the show. At least from when I've looked at Ninjago fans talking about it, their main complaint was just kind of it's silly and it's kiddish, and it's like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You're
It's
allowed
just that
to enjoy these.
we've been spoiled with mature
Yeah,
storytelling. Then when we saw Monkey Kid, we were like, this feels like a step back. It's like, no, it's not a step back. It's just a different type of
Yeah.
storytelling.
yeah.
And
Not
also
everything.
if you
Sorry,
want to
go on.
do the Ninjago comparison, like the first seasons of Ninjago were way more like
Oh yeah,
comedic, lighthearted, episodic.
we
So
forget
and
where we come from.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. So
Ninjago's a very different show to Monkey Kid because of,
Yeah.
it's just completely different variables. Ninjago's like its own thing, its own rules, its own world, but Monkey Kid's a very special case. It can't just be like they can't just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like they've got to be considerate and careful and they've got to just really think about it.
Hmm.
And with Ninjago it's like just where are my words going? I'm trying to think sorry, this keeps happening.
You're good.
Um,
Ninjago has its own lore that we can go by. Like
yeah,
we can create our own
yeah, it's
yeah,
lore.
just Lego's own thing where they can
Yeah.
do whatever they
do
I
whatever
want.
mean,
they want.
Monkey Kid is
Not.
almost the same way. It's
Yeah,
it's the only issue is that it's based off of Journey to the West.
Yeah.
They can
yeah,
still because it's still like an original theme per se.
but it's got its
But
like things that it's got to stick
yeah.
to. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so, I mean, if at the end I'm not saying that you like have to love Monkey Kid. If you don't, then obviously that's fine, you're allowed to like what you
Yeah.
like. But I feel like often what it is that people watch it and be like, no, it's too silly and goofy, but then they act as if that's like a problem, but
Definitely. Yeah.
it's not.
It's not.
Um, it's let Monkey Kid be its own thing, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
have to
Don't
be like Ninjago.
keep comparing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please don't.
Seriously.
The fact that I've been comparing it is killing me.
It's
Um,
an
I mean,
easy go-to, but I
oh,
feel
100%.
like it's
Like,
just
it's the only 2 story themes that Lego has right now.
I feel like it's just such a I feel like it's such a lazy comparison though, because basically the main reason people compare it is because it's 2 Asian themes, and it's like, sure, but like it's 2 entirely different like cultures, you know? Even if it's like, you know, Asian themed, it's still 2 different places. It's not as if they're the same area, and even then, like said before, Ninjago's its own world, so it's different to Monkie Kid in that it's got to follow some things. So
Ninjago doesn't really care about any Japanese mythology or anything. They just do what they want.
It's like just kind of Kung Fu Panda to Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah.
2 completely different cultures, but they're still both quote unquote Asian themes.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. I wish people wouldn't do that. It genuinely like annoys me. But you know, don't hate people if they don't enjoy Monkie Kid. It's just kind of it always feels kind of lazy to me to just kind of go, "Oh, well, Ninjago," you know? Like how often can you really compare it to a show? Like, you're comparing a theme that's in, like, its first stages. It's been around for not even 2 years yet, and you're comparing it to literally the most popular story theme that's been running for 10 years. Like, why are you making that?
Can you say that again? I like hearing that.
What?
The most popular story theme ever in Lego's history? I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
Too bad there's like no Bionicle fans listening to this to maul that.
This is where Maso comes like busting in. Like, what did you just say?
Someone out there wakes up.
Honestly, like that whole talk just reminded me of Bionicle fans comparing Hero Factory and Bionicle when it started.
Right? That's exactly what this is, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I think different themes do start off with varying levels of like artistic success, I'll say, because I mean like Ninjago is definitely more popular right off the bat, but like creatively they're definitely in 2 different spots and also like a decade apart, almost.
Also, when Ninjago first came out, it was so marketed, like it was everywhere. No wonder when it vanished, it took notice. And that's why it came back, is because it was like all of a sudden it just wasn't there and kids were upset. I feel like if that happened with Monkie Kid right now, it would not have the same like emotion behind, kids being like, but
maybe in China, but
because maybe in China. I'm curious with that. I guess that would happen in China if it just all of a sudden went, we're done, bye-bye. And they're like, oh, but just my May and my
out.
Monkey King. So
the way I see it, obviously internally there's probably some competition intended between the 2 themes, but for the fans it's really just not worth like trying to put down the other one to show which one's better when like because it just ignores all the actual like highlights of each one. Like we should be celebrating both of them rather than like trying to prove which one's the better one between the 2, because they each have their own like pros and stuff like that to them. Like there's definitely like the strengths of each are not the same, and so it's just not worth like trying to find which one's better between the 2,
because they're too like different to really compare.
And they're both like well done. Like I mean that's I hate to put down Chima and Nexo Knights, but
do it.
Like Monkie Kid, I feel like has a lot more of a culture, and it has more of a presence. Like I enjoyed watching the episodes of Nexo Knights. I did not enjoy the episode of Chima that I watched, the first one, and then I just never watched it again.
Oh wow.
Sorry. But I feel like when I'm watching Monkie Kid, like it's I as a Ninjago fan, I definitely feel like the lack of, I keep saying the word maturity is a better word for it, but I still enjoy it. Like I laugh at it. I think like this is like, it's funny. Animation, of course, is superb. Voice acting is like out of this world. Like
Yeah.
it's a fantastic project. So I do think that they both can live together and
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
each other's, presence. And honestly, like we don't know how long Ninjago's gonna last. We all joke about, like Monkey Kid will be Ninjago's next victim, but I honestly don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be the other way around though, because I think because Monkey Kid doesn't have such a strong presence in the States,
Yeah.
that it's not gonna like eat it up.
I
But
think in that Matthew Ashton video, he also mentioned Ninjago, so I think we know that
Yeah.
both of them are at least gonna be around for a
They're gonna
bit
be
longer.
Yeah.
Yep, as
We are
long as
here to
Ninjago
coexist.
actually
Yeah.
airs in the United States, like, that's a whole different talk that we could have. The fact that
Yeah,
it's
then they
Ninjago's
might
10th
be.
anniversary, and we haven't got any content from it all year.
This is where they just like drop it all on Amazon. Although I guess they can't really do that if they've got it with Netflix at the minute,
Yep.
like the show.
Well, at least here in Germany, we have season 1 to 10 on Amazon and on
Oh.
Netflix. So
Oh well, I
pretty
get.
new.
Oh wait, because like
So
the first
maybe
10
that can work.
seasons are different, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first
Like
10
a
seasons are
separate
different,
show.
but
Yeah. Uh,
So
unless they sort out a thing where it's just like, oh, the first 10 seasons are on a one thing, and then Ninjago's on like another. Because the first 10 is like Masters of
yeah, it's
Spinjitzu, right?
Masters of
And then it
Spinjitzu.
becomes
Yeah,
Ninjago.
Ninjago.
Yeah. So they might do that, but I don't know. I don't really know what they're gonna do, but they'll figure something out probably.
Mhm.
Hopefully.
Fingers
Hopefully.
crossed. We shall find out.
Yeah, that'll be an update, need be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we just crossed the threshold. I'm just kidding. We passed the hour mark.
Oh my.
So
Okay.
if you feel like wrapping up, we could always do that, but up to you guys.
Well, do you have any like final thoughts? Do you have anything else to add? Anything?
Well, personally, I think Monkey Kid has loved a little bit so far in marketing the West, but it sounds like it's secretly successful in China and we're not aware of it. So I hope with the current deals that the current trajectory we're able to get more it actually publicized out here, bit successful.
That would be great.
Hopefully we can see like the other specials like soon on
Mhm.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't had anything confirmed though, have we, about later seasons? It's just like a waiting thing.
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
yet.
Sorry. Anyway.
I think I don't know about the Amazon Kids Plus thing yet. We will have to wait if that will be a success. I think if they put it on normal Amazon Prime, that's like a huge chance because a lot of people
I
have
agree.
that and a lot of people will see it that way. And I think that's probably the smart thing to do if they want to have it successful.
I
here
know
in the
they
West.
want to sell their like Kids Plus thing, but I just don't know if Monkey Kid is like the material to convince people to drop a few more dollars on another service.
Yeah. Like maybe something else that is a bit more, I don't want to say like popular, maybe well known, I guess. Like if they just kind of got a show that had been airing on TV or something, and then or had something that had been a bit more hyped up because it hasn't really been over here. It just kind of was announced that it would be on Amazon, and then the next day it was put on.
Mhm.
So people didn't really get the chance to kind of, I guess, spread the word or something.
Yeah.
I remember there's an official Monkey Kid news Twitter account, and I think they did like a poll of like, oh, who's got Amazon Kids Plus to be able to watch Monkey Kid, and like I think it was at something like 98% said no.
Yeah.
It was a really high percentage. I can't remember the exact number, but it was really high. So yeah, it probably wasn't the smartest move to just
I mean,
keep it on kids.
it's a new service, right? So I imagine like not a lot of people would have it, and like especially since it's not in all countries and it's just being launched. But I
Yeah.
don't know, like it will depend on if that service will be successful. And
Yeah.
I feel like for Monkey Kid, it would have definitely been better if it just went on normal Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree too.
We can only hope that like when it does come on Prime, people will still want to watch it and
Yeah.
still.
Mhm.
I know I'll be like rewatching it with my housemates. They really want to rewatch it so we can watch it in like a good decent quality where the audio doesn't lag out. You
Well,
know.
let's hope so. Like, hopefully the Prime quality will be better. But a guy
Yeah.
in the YouTube chat, Broke Gangster, they've been saying that I believe it was them, but no, never mind. It wasn't. I'm not gonna put words in their mouth. It was Video Game Flamingo said that it still looks pixelated and they can count every pixel in the show when they watch it on Amazon
No.
Kids. But the problem might just
It's
be like it's encoded
might
for
be.
like mobile devices. Like
Yeah.
they probably expect kids are going to be opening on their tablets, which was also talked about in the YouTube chat. That
Yeah.
kids are probably watching on their tablets and stuff like that, so it's going to be a smaller resolution. But hopefully, it's encoded better, come like Amazon Prime. Like,
Yeah.
Well, it might be that because I remember they were also promoting like if you have Amazon Kids, then they had those like what were they? They were like these background kind of images you could use for like your tablets and screens and
Yeah.
stuff for like kids. So that might be what they're thinking. That if it is that, then hopefully it'll be remedied by the time it goes on to Prime. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Amazon Kids Plus is very much like mobile devices oriented, so
Yeah.
that's probably the reason.
oh, let's
No
hope so.
idea. We just
So
don't know.
I look forward to watching it when it airs. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Woo!
And then we can talk about the episodes.
Finally,
We can do that.
MonkieCast is back, baby.
it's only been a
Yeah.
while. It's only been like a year and a half.
Yeah, but I mean, so yeah, in terms of, I said this before at the start of the podcast, but in terms of episode discussion, because obviously it's just dropped on Amazon Kids, it's gonna come onto Prime at some point. We're gonna give people time to kind of catch up, you know, so they can watch the show in a good quality, and we'll have time to like refresh memories, so we can, talk about it rather than just going off memory from a year ago.
Yeah.
It's been a year since season one. Oh, and yeah, we don't really know when the next podcast is going to be. We did this because I said in the breaking news video I wanted to get this like a podcast out before September ended, so
There you go.
we got one
Success.
out. Yeah. So obviously just keep your eye out for like announcements and stuff. And then, but there will be enough time to catch up. It's even then it's not like a really long show. You can easily watch it in a day if you've got the time, because every episode is like 10 minutes, and then it's like 10 episodes that are 10 minutes long, so it's not like a huge big binge. It's just kind of like a mini thing, Um, but yeah, so there's time to watch it if you need to. Um, so yeah, is that everything? Is there anything else to say? Anything else to chat
Probably
about?
it.
That's
Woo.
it.
Okay, well, I remembered midway through the podcast. I didn't do plugs because I don't actually know them. Haley, can you do the plugs, please?
Sure. I'll do my very darndest
Try to remember the
best
plugs.
to
Which
remember
one
the
goes
plugs.
where?
I know.
I just don't know them.
I remember some website names, but
I remember the Patreon.
Mhm.
I'm so mad. I asked my son and Audrey about this last night. I was like, "What are the plugs?" And they were just like, "Oh, just mention like the Patreon and like the Minecraft server and this and that." And I'm just like, okay. And
then I don't know the website.
And then I don't know how to like websites and stuff.
But I just know that if you subscribe
Patreon.
to us, like $1 a month for us, you can support us, and you can join our special Patreon server. We also offer some Minecraft servers where you can explore a Minecraft version of the island of Motunui and is it Voyanui? Bionicle stuff, you know?
I don't know.
That one Bionicle Island.
We also
that one Lego theme that was around a while ago.
There was a volcano and slavery.
What? Really?
We're gonna laugh about that later. But yeah, so you can explore that. We're also doing some contests right now. By that I mean like a singular contest. So you can check that out on our boards at board.ttv.
TTV what?
Board.tv
channel.
Right.
There you go.
Go into Google, type some letters, and hope for the best.
Yeah, there you go. We'll have links down below so you won't get too lost. But yeah, so definitely subscribe to the TTV channel for some more Monkie Kid stuff because it's happening. Woot woot. Ninjago, Bionicle. Probably won't find Harry Potter. Sorry. No Star Wars. Sorry again. Not sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I mean, there's like a Star Wars discussion section, isn't there? Like a channel.
Yeah, there is.
Not Lego Star Wars. It's just Star Wars in general.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
When's the next Star Wars movie?
I don't know.
I don't even know what's going on.
This ain't the Star Wars podcast. Don't worry about it.
The Star Wars. Yeah, that's a different time.
Let's start a podcast based. You know how Disney's been releasing all of them like Star Wars specials. Like they've got a Halloween one coming out. Just do a podcast of Lego Star Wars specials.
Oh no.
I will politely pass. Very politely.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's all I got plug wise.
Those were some faulty plugs. Might need to get those changed out, but thank you for attempting to plug them in.
Yeah.
We did the best, and that's okay. It's
I'm a podcast host. Anyways.
Yeah. I guess this is the end of the second episode of MonkieCast?
Yes. The second ever episode of MonkieCast. We did it.
Woo! Congrats, guys. We did it.
We did it.
But yeah. We hope you enjoyed this podcast. Obviously, keep your eye out on the Twitter accounts for any news, anything, regarding just like the show in general, or like I said, just if another podcast is going to be happening soon, just keep your eye out. I'll probably like post stuff on my own account as well, but we shall see. Yeah. I don't know how to end this. Just goodbye.
This is the outro where we each say our name one last time and say goodbye.
So good at this.
might have done this for a while.
Alright.
Okay, well, I am AJ.
I'm Invi.
I'm Hayley.
And I'm Sokoda.
And this has been MonkieCast, so see you guys soon.
Yep.